Hi all, welcome back to the new and improved Nightsphere channel. This revamp comes to you courtesy of the multi-talented artist-cum-debater Ben Saint. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to him for his amazing contribution. You can hit up his DeviantArt or personal website here, or in the description. Go give him some love. Now, to business. One of the most bewildering things about the concept of any high fantasy, but perhaps especially so in the case of MLP, is that of talking animals. The concern is that, since they are not humans, they must be using a non-human language, and we are merely hearing their translated words in our privileged position as the audience. But what if I told you that the fact that they use language, rather than neighs and whinnies for example, is the single most vital part of the entire concept? That if ponies didn't talk, then they likely wouldn't have minds at all. Well, as usual, I've given you a provocative introduction, so let me clarify a little. In the philosophy of mind, there are a number of rival schools of thought, arranged roughly into two categories: reductionist on the one side, and non-reductionist on the other side. The former are those theories which reduce conceptions of the mind to that of the body, and the latter are those positions that do not. By contrasting these two schools of thought, in terms of their application to equestria, we will be able to see just how crucial speech truly is. First, then, is reductionist views. Perhaps the most famous reductionist view in the philosophy of mind is behaviorism. The theory goes that all outputs by a given animal can be explained in terms of their behavior, their relation between them and their environment. Crucially, this explanation can take place without once invoking the idea of them having a mind. Right off the bat, you may be thinking that this is ludicrous, but there is plenty of evidence to back it up. Pavlov's famous experiments with dogs are one such example. He rang a bell at the same time as giving food to a group of dogs over many different mealtimes. Eventually, through associative learning, the dogs would salivate after hearing the bell, even if no food was present. The point is that their actions can be explained entirely through this association, which involves no thought. More pressing still is the arrival of modern AI, which have been successfully programmed to react in sophisticated ways to their surroundings. For example, a robot has been created which changes speed and direction based on its proximity to foreign objects. This happens entirely automatically. The robot is programmed and has no mind. Thus, the conclusion can be drawn that it is possible for any animal to be similarly programmed and merely appear to act as if it has a mind. Obviously, if this was the case in Equestria, then the entire society would fall apart, and intelligible discussions between inhabitants would be impossible. Surely then, reductionist-style theories are wrong, we may cry. After all, it seems a stretch to say that no animals have minds except humans, or worse, it is arbitrary to exclude the possibility that even humans are simply programmed robots. The question of refuting behaviorism, however, becomes very difficult, as it fits the known evidence well, and few real distinctions can be drawn between observed animal-robot behavior and observed human behavior. By now you should see where I am going. The one distinction that can save us from this dilemma is the phenomenon of language. It seems obvious to state that humans can use languages and animals do not, but to me and some other philosophers, this point is one of the most important considerations in the philosophy of mind. For example, Fodor argues that thought is analogous to language inasmuch as both actions are forms of symbol manipulation. Taking this further, we can see how crucial language is in thought by thinking ourselves. Go on. Pause the video and begin thinking about something. Perhaps a thoughtful response to some of the issues we have raised today. Good. Now, when you were thinking, what form did your thoughts take? Surely you thought in words, perhaps thinking about your exact response, or, if your mind wandered, what you were going to eat tomorrow. Sandwich, bacon, egg, etc. Either way, the thoughts were made intelligible by the language you used in which to form them. Now, when we apply such a non-reductionist theory of philosophy of mind to Equestria, we can see how crucial it is that the inhabitants do talk rather than neigh, that they do read or write, and that they can have conversations in the truest sense of the word. We can also see that if this was not the case, then the society would be entirely impossible to bring about, even were we to allow for magic and all other considerations involved except for language. Language is simply so crucial to mental activity that it can't be any other way. In conclusion, then, reductionist theories such as behaviorism lead to accurate descriptions of actions without invoking the conceptions of mind. Thus it is possible to explain animal behaviour without claiming that animals have minds. The only distinction between animals and humans which would prevent this application to the latter is the phenomena of language. Thus, it seems true to conclude that the reason ponies talk in Equestria is because speech is necessary for thought, and as ridiculous as it may sound, the only society of ponies that could feasibly exist would have to be one full of talking ponies. And this is exactly what Equestria is. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. What did you think? Was my assertion that language is necessary for thought correct, or did I jump the gun a bit while better theories of mine could be used to counter behaviourism? Let me know in the comments. Additionally, please let me know what you think of the new look, and give a lot of love to Saint, who kindly drew my OC for me. Again, links to his sites are in the description. Until next time then, this is Nightsphere the Gnostic. Goodbye.
I work the hardest when the sun is setting. I play the numbers, but I keep forgetting. My broken heart, my beaten chest, my blackened scars, my bated breath, my calloused lungs, my empathy, my tired eyes, my hopes and dreams. I don't wanna work myself to death. I don't wanna break your concentration. Can I ever learn to love myself? Will I ever cure my loneliness? I don't wanna heed my own advice. I wanna feed my desperation, even when the dirges start to play.